man had only slept in for an extra 2 minutes, but when he woke up, it seemed like the world outside had gone crazy. He heard the blaring sound of air raid sirens and watched in shock as a military helicopter crashed directly into the building next door. Before he could process what was happening, a series of blood-curdling screams and roars erupted from the streets below. Confused, he rushed to the window to look down and saw the townspeople fleeing in panic. His girlfriend was among them, other mom, seemingly distracted by something. Desperate, he shouted for her to come upstairs, but in the next moment she was tackled to the ground by the crowd. The man was frozen in terror, completely clueless about what was happening to the world. In a panic, he scrambled back into his apartment. Just then, a man suddenly burst into his home. It was his neighbor from next door. The neighbor frantically explained that his wife had gone insane and begged to take shelter in the man's apartment. Before the man could respond, the neighbor clutched his neck and hurried into the bathroom. Noticing what looked like a bite wound on the neighbor's neck, the man grew suspicious and grabbed a knife to protect himself. At that moment, an emergency news broadcast flashed on the TV, warning of a zombie virus outbreak in the city. The report stated that infected individuals became violent and bloodthirsty, while those bitten turned into emotionless monsters. The neighbor, who had just come out of the bathroom, saw the news and insisted he was fine. But in the next second, his eyes began to bloodshot, and his body started showing signs of mutation. Fortunately, he hadn't completely lost his sanity yet. Faced with the man's knife, the neighbor, now terrified, reluctantly left the apartment. The man quickly slammed and locked the door behind him. Almost immediately, a horrifying scream echoed from outside. Peeking through the peephole, the man saw his neighbor being torn apart by zombies. Overwhelmed with fear, he collapsed to the floor. Realizing the outside world was now overrun by zombies, his first thought was of his parents. Thankfully, his dad sent him a message saying they were safe for now, and urging him to stay indoors and not venture outside. It was then that the man realized his survival depended entirely on himself. To prevent the zombies from breaking in, he hurriedly pushed the refrigerator in front of the door and covered the windows with paper to avoid drawing attention. He even moved his bed to the living room so he could keep an eye on the door at all times. But one night, just as he was about to fall asleep, he heard a noise coming from the bathroom. A sense of dread washed over him. Grabbing a baseball bat, he cautiously approached the bathroom. To his utter shock, a zombie had crawled in through the ventilation shaft.